Hi, I'm Matt, and today we are here to talk about the Control 60 pendant range from JBL. This is part of the Control Contractor series, and it just takes that kind of in-ceiling, on-wall solution right through to kind of big warehouse spaces. So where we're going to start today is with the Control 60 PST pendant sub with a transformer. So this is a 8-inch subwoofer with a frequency range of 55 to 125 hertz, and it fits really nicely with any of the other boxes in the series. What's particularly nice about the Control 60 sub is that it's got a built-in crossover. So you have your Control 60 sub, and then you can have up to 4 satellites off of it. So the Control 62 is a 2-inch pendant. There's the Control 42, which is a 2-inch ceiling speaker, and there's the Control 52, which is a 2-inch on-wall speaker. So you can mix and match between them. You can have 2 pendants, 2 on-wall, 2 ceiling, 2 on-wall, and that can either run from the Control 60 pendant sub, or you can actually run it off of the Control 50, which is a single 10-inch subwoofer that fits with the kind of on-wall range, or the Control 40, which is the ceiling subwoofer. So they've all got the same built-in crossover that lets you run the satellites off of it. What's really nice about that is that can obviously be run low impedance or 100 volt line. So if you've got a big distributed system, multiple rooms, run on a 100 volt line, for each space you can actually have a subwoofer and 4 satellites. So it makes it really, really flexible. Talking about the Control 62P, this is a low impedance only box, and it's 16 ohms. So that means you can run up to 4 of these quite happily on a suitable amplifier. And obviously if it's paired with the Control 60 pendant sub, then you can run a 100 volt line because that's going via the sub. Moving on from the Control 62, we've got the Control 64. This is a 4-inch speaker with a more kind of traditional point source output on it, but it does have a built-in 100 volt transformer. Going from the Control 64 to the Control 65 is quite a big step, because in this unit, it's the first one in the series that has the RBI Radiation Boundary Integrator waveguide. Now, this is technology taken from JBL's Vertec line array, and essentially what the waveguide does is it takes the frequencies and it smooths them out. So what you actually find is you can get away with far fewer of these than you would with a traditional more point source box without the waveguide. As you walk around the space, you're getting a lot more of that HF content over a much wider area. Moving up to the Control 67 PT, again, pendant transformer. This has got a 60 watt transformer built in, so it taps at 60, 30, and 15 watts. So again, that just gives you the flexibility across the space just to control level with the tap settings. Again, this has got 6.5-inch LF with a 1-inch HF built in. The Control 67 also has the Control 67 HC, which is a high ceiling variant. So where the Control 67 has 120 degree conical dispersion, the HC version, essentially the RBI waveguide is elongated. It's kind of set further back in the box, and that means that the output is 75 degrees. What that means in terms of application is that you can put the speaker much higher up and get the same output at listener level. So if you've got a really big warehouse, a really high atrium, that kind of space, and you still want that sound, that coverage, you can do that. There's a brilliant bit of software called DSD, which is Distributed System Designer, and it's free on the JBL website. Essentially, you put in your room dimensions, so your X, Y, and your height, and that will let you generate a picture with a grid showing the spacing you need, the number of speakers you need, expected level at listener height, expected level between speakers, and you can adjust that in or out. So again, if you're going for a big space and actually consistency isn't as important, you can calculate that you need fewer speakers, or if you're going for a space where you need really even speech, really even consistency across the room, you can bring them closer in. I've been Matt, and this has been the Control 60 series from JBL. Thanks for watching.